Okay, we live. Okay.
Oh, we live? Cool.
Okay, let me refresh the link so I can see all the chats and stuff.
Okay, same. I'm gonna do the same, and then I'm gonna mute it.
All right, and I'm gonna pause. Refresh the link so I can see all the chats. All right, cool. So we are live. I'm gonna be in the chat, just trying to see, check if there are any comments coming through in the chat. All right, so I brought Ray on here because she is my college friend. We met back in 2010.
You're right.
I can't believe 10 years has already passed. Like,
don't do this because I feel age just hearing that.
No sense. But anyway, we here now, and it's been a really long time. But Ray really gives some wonderful, interesting insight about everything. She's highly, highly intelligent, and I'm always amazed by the stuff that she.
Oh, ew! Stop! You're highly intelligent. Cut it out.
You know, we've had arguments in the past, but I've always learned from them. So I wanted to come on here and just talk with her about what it's like to be a Black girl in this world with people just always in your head. Like they always
all up in your scalp. For why? This is like, what you doing? Back the fuck up.
But why though? That's the question. So recently I had a couple of experiences. I'm with my childhood best friend, staying with her for a little bit during quarantine. And she has like a lot of friends coming in and out. And a lot of friends, and, you know, like one of her friends meets me for the first time, sits down and just says, "Is that your real hair?" I'm like, yo, I don't know you. I mean, at first I was just like looking at her like,
what's her background? Give them like.
She's from Pakistan. The friend, she was from Pakistan. Mm-hmm. And it was me in the room, her, my other friend, and my other friend. Mm-hmm. It was 4 people. And everybody was like an awkward silence. I was just like looking. I was already on my phone, just looking at my phone. I was like, I just look at it and I'm like, I don't understand the question.
Right.
She's like, you know, like, is it all your hair or like just some of it? Like, and I'm like,
and just to be clear, you don't know this lady. Like, you ain't never met her before in your life. Y'all don't share no kin. Like, y'all not, you know, she wasn't shooting with you in the gym. None of that. She just some random, right?
Never met her.
All right.
My first time meeting her. And I was like, why do you ask? And she's like, well, it looks really thick, and I just wanted to know. I was like, Then, as time goes on, she goes into one of the rooms, and I'm like in one of the rooms. She goes in, and I'm like, hey, you know, Black women really don't like that. Like they really don't. Like they really don't like it, especially
like
when it's
trying to make it a teachable moment instead of like blacking on her. Like, just so you know, girl, we don't do that. But
the thing is, like the irony is that this young woman was wearing a hijab. You know what I'm saying? Like she was wearing a hijab. So I said, you know, just like you would feel some type of way if somebody came up to you and said, "Why you wearing that rag on your head?" or like, "Why you wearing that hijab?" Like we feel the same way when people all up in our scalp asking us, like, "Is that hair coming out?" Right. Why do you? So it's like, if you wouldn't like someone asking you why you wear a hijab, like don't ask a Black woman, you know.
Right.
Real hair. As far as I'm concerned, you know, if it's hair that I grow out my head, if it's hair that I bought, it's mine. Like, did you pay for it? I mean, yo, I thought back and I was like, I should have asked her. I'm like, why do you want to take me to the salon or something? You want to take me to the hair store? Like, what you want? What we doing?
Yeah.
Answer that question to people who are contributing. That was interesting. She was like, "Oh, you right. But I have Black friends. They always say I have Black friends." Like,
I just don't. You know, like men know women, but are still misogynist. Like, let's not do this. Like, you knowing somebody does not inoculate you from being an asshole, being uninformed, saying some stupid shit. Like, those are not. and what like overseers fucked black women. Like, does that mean they liked black people? Cut that
Right.
shit out. Like, ew.
But it's always so interesting because I'm like, I didn't really expect this coming from another non-white woman. But I mean, I guess there's no real understanding between, like, people always trying to be like, oh, if you're not white, then we're going through the same thing. But this
women of color, don't you hate that term? I'm very tired of that term.
It's getting old.
Women of color is a useful term, like sometimes, but if you mean black women, say black women. You mean Latina women, say Latina women. You mean other brown women, say that. But like, I hate that it's a catch-all. Like, it's just like it's become like how you African American used to be, like the way you say black without saying black, although both are acceptable terms. Like, but like they're not interchangeable terms necessarily. So
exactly.
like, say what the fuck you mean. Like, it's not a woman of color issue, right? Like, maternal mortality rate is not a women of color issue. It is a black woman issue. So say that. I hate that shit.
So somebody definitely great point. Somebody just left the chat and they said about misogyny. So Kexi is giving you a shout out saying good point. Did you see it?
I didn't see, like, y'all feel new to this, so like navigating between these screens and stuff is like okay, but I saw it.
Definitely. I don't know, but I see it on the broadcast dashboard and I also see it on YouTube.
I see it on YouTube, yes.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's like I also wanted to ask, I'm like, do you ask non-black women this question? And the thing is,
why do you think people feel so empowered to be in our Scout specifically? Is it because we're open about it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, amongst each other, we're really cool. Like, to say, oh yeah, girl, I got this wig from such and such place, or yeah, this Senegalese lady did my hair or whatever, braided my hair for me, whatever. Do you think it's just because we're open? Or is it our hyper visibility that other groups feel so a part of our experience, even though they're not, right? They feel very much like,
we're
the same. Like,
somebody tried to, so the second time it happened, somebody was like, "Ooh, is that all your hair?" Another like non-black woman of color. She was Latina. This one was Latina. And I think she was Mexican. So she was darker than me, but Mexican, right? So I was like, "Oh, why are you asking that racist question? Like, chill. Just chill." And she's like, "What? I have black friends." And they immediately come out and say, "I have black friends. I have black friends." But I'm like, just we're not doing this. Like, we really not. And then my friend comes along. She's like, "Well, why are you saying it's racist? Because, I have a black friend and she makes wigs and she's always talking about her wigs." And I'm like, homie, that's her business. She's advertising. She has to talk about her wigs. That's how she makes her bread. That's how she makes money. She got to talk about her and her wigs and how she making them. Like,
right.
With your arguments, no. And so they were like, "It's not racist. You're just sensitive." And I'm like, "Oh, hold on. Let me send you some articles so you can read that thousands and thousands of black women are like, nah, stop, homie. This is disrespectful." Because you wouldn't do that to no one else. Like, you wouldn't ask anyone else that question. So chill.
No, and every favorite performer, whether they're on Broadway, whether they're a pop singer, whether they're an actress that you love, that you go up for, also is wearing some kind of fake hair, wearing some kind of wig. Mm-hmm. They're very average, everyday women of all colors do all sorts of different stuff to their hair that is like not the hair growing out of their scalp, but people only feel comfortable to do this to black women. And I would love to know why. Like, what is it about us that makes you feel like you think it's appropriate to be like, hey, that all your hair? Like, as if it's impossible for us to grow hair. You know what I mean? Like, back the fuck, I don't. And look, let's just say a lot of y'all non-black women have some very clockable extensions and pieces and such. Okay. I have never in my black ass life felt the need to go up on Sue-Ann and be like, "Oh girl, I see that bun is not the right shade of blonde for you." Like, because that's rude.
No,
just like true. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, hey girl, where you get those lashes from? Hey girl, I know your skin is usually like that pale color, but that new foundation is really like we do all these things to enhance ourselves that
Right.
I feel like as a woman, you
Right.
should understand that it's gauche to fucking ask me about my hair.
100%. Absolutely. And you brought up the white women with the different color blondes mixed in their hair. And it's like, everybody knows it's not your hair, but people don't come up to them like, hey.
Right. Like, why is your
blonde
a yaki blonde, sis? What are we doing?
Or what about when white women get tans? Like, they were like, hold up, you wasn't that dark 2 days ago.
Did you see these pictures of Kim? And she's like, guys, excuse my pale white hand, while she's like your shade of brown. Like, girl, it's not excuse your pale hand. It's find your shade. Like, what is the black fishing hell if your hand and your fucking skin are like on this side of the color spectrum? What the fuck? Like, dude, stop.
And it's like, ain't nobody going up to them talking about, was that your real skin color? Is that your natural skin color?
Like, oh, I thought you was pasty as fuck. Am I bugging?
Yesterday you was white. You was real white and light. And today you a little brown. I mean, what happened? They will do that to a black woman. They will do that to a black woman. Like, your hair was what, you cut your hair? Your braids are so much longer today. Your braids are so, how did that happen? Why your braids grow so fast? I'm like, wow, your skin gets melanated so quick. I mean, like, how did you do that? Ain't nobody doing that to them.
Magic. It's so funny. How did you, when you were growing up, did you always just have your hair natural, or did you used to sometimes have it braided, or sometimes have like a ponytail? So how did like kids you went to school with, like, how did they navigate that? Oh, your hair looked really different. Girl. Like, how did you deal with that?
Girl, so I went to a redneck white 95% school. I think it was like 94% white school, but they were all poor white people.
Mm-hmm.
And they were super racist. Like, I was called the N-word almost every day. I got
didn't know that.
I got lynch threats. I lived in Baltimore with my aunt, but she was like, no, you can't go to no Baltimore City school. So you got to go out to the county where your parents are and go to school there, because just use their address. Because even like in that poor white neighborhood, it was like a better school. So I got a lot of comments. I mean, I got a lot of comments from like white boys. I think they would be like, "Ugh, your hair is disgusting. It's poofy. Your hair is so poofy. Like it's nappy. It's poofy." I mean, I mostly wore my hair natural, but sometimes I would get it cornrolled, and sometimes she would add like a little braiding hair, not a whole bunch, but I just add something to it. And I remember one time she did it so well. She braided my hair so well. A lot of guys came to me. She's like, "Wow, you look really pretty. You need to keep your hair like that." It was weird, yo. I have always had really weird in my hair. Wow. Like,
this is the early 2000s, to be clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Oh, let me read some of these comments.
Okay.
Just so I can acknowledge what people talking about. Oh, Lord Jesus. Let's see. So DJ in the house, like, hey.
I'm looking.
So, and then Tara Santos says exactly. Mostly white men ask me that. DJ Kuda, yes, this is a StreamYard video. Yes, sir. Terry Glazier says all men seem to be so interested in a black woman's hair like never before. Kezia says
that part, Terry. That part. The fuck.
And Kexia, I think Kexia says it's because of it's because of a lot of non-blacks are obsessed with black women.
Mm-hmm.
And then Terry Glazer says, as long as your hair looks nice, they should be interested in your soul, spirit, personality. It's rude to ask about your hair. Just accept it, admire it.
What does my hair have to say about the person I am? The person that exists? You are absolutely right. Yes, I love it.
Kezia says, maybe if folks start saying that's your real skin, folks will stop bothering us. Listen.
Is that the new clapback? Is that your real skin?
Listen. We gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Next time somebody's like, is that your real hair? I'm gonna be like, did you get a tan? Is that your real skin color?
That's your real? You that pasty you that orange shade? That's you? Oh, okay. Just thought I cleared up, you know.
All right, so let me see. What else we got? Terry Glazer says hair is art, freedom of expression. A person should never touch your hair unless they ask. Okay, now Terry, that comment made me remember. Remember, so I'm sorry. Remember Ray?
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. Just call me whatever, girl. It's fine. It's gonna be hard for me to.
Remember when I used to be a natural hair Nazi? You remember?
Okay. Let me just say, I don't.
I wasn't really a natural.
She was not a natural hair Nazi. She was very much like into her natural hair being out, taking care of it. I remember she would watch YouTube videos of like different ways. I don't think there's anything to laugh about. That's a good thing. I want to say at the time I was also natural, but I lived in a wig in college. And so it was interesting. I honestly thought that it was really like cool and brave that you would just always have your hair out. And the growing out phase for you wasn't about how can I hide my hair. It was how can I learn to like, work with and deal with my hair and learn it the way I know, I knew these relaxed fucking hair, whatever. So I don't think you were a natural Nazi. You were never like, oh, Soraya, you got that wig on. Like, why do you hate your hair? Like,
I was always like,
that.
The thing is, at that time,
I never heard you be judgmental about what other women were doing. And that is what I feel like a natural Nazi is. It's not just because you want to be natural and you care about that. That doesn't make you a Nazi. It's the policing of other women. And you were never like that. So I want you to clean that up. All right. Don't hit these people out here thinking she was not no natural Nazi. She was just pro natural hair when I knew her in college. And I thought that was really
cool. And it
was
new for me. It was absolutely new for me. My hair was growing really long. And it's because my parents always tried to make me get a perm, but my natural hair is so fine and like delicate. And so every time they tried to slap the perm on, it was like, it fell out. Like,
right.
So, but actually I slipped up once. I remember when I went to study abroad with Stacy.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about Michelle Obama, like somebody had made a Photoshop picture of her with natural hair. And I was like, oh my gosh, she would look so nice with natural hair, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? I was like, if she just did this, a lot of women would feel like their hair isn't unprofessional. Like they would feel more confident. And then she was like, Stacey was like, well, you have to understand that. And when you're in a position like that, like, you have to look as acceptable as possible. So I feel like that's the only time I really got checked for judging.
And I would add that Michelle Obama's not obligated to do a black ass thing for us in terms of, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I honestly feel like if she wanted to be or wear her hair natural, she would have done it already. Like she obviously feels most comfortable how she's mostly presented herself. And there's nothing wrong with that. So she doesn't have to do nothing for the masses and also as much as it would have inspired people, it would have also inspired a lot of hate that she doesn't need to have to absorb just for other people to, you know what I mean? Like, let's let MO be. Like, she done did enough.
No, I mean, absolutely. And I was checked, I was checked. My friend was like, hold on, hold up. Like, think about this. And I was like, okay. Okay, let me see if I'm missing any other comments. Okay. Okay, Vegeta27 says, I wouldn't mind dating a black woman with
Vegeta. It's Vegeta. I act like you've seen Dragon Ball Z, ho.
Oops, girl. I haven't.
It's the whole thing. You haven't seen Dragon Ball Z?
I'm sorry. No, I haven't. Okay, Vegeta. Okay. Vegeta27 said, I wouldn't mind dating a black woman with fake hair as long as she allows me to see her real hair at home from time to time. Vegeta,
honestly, no, that's how I feel. Like, I like to have my hair out at home. Like,
I mean, yeah, I like to have, but why would a man, Vegeta, can you explain why would you want to see it out for like, I don't know.
All right, so you date a man with these man weaves. That's okay with you if you never see, you saw those man weave videos?
Yeah, I would be fine if he never.
You'd be fine if you never saw his hair.
No, I'd be fine.
No, that's I like the intimacy of seeing you like stripped down. You know what I mean? Just like I want to see you without your hat, King. Let me see that hat off, okay? I want to see that forehead, okay? I want to see what that forehead do, though.
You dumb. Yeah. Okay. I can understand that from like an intimacy standpoint.
I think I think I would feel a way if somebody felt like they can't share like their whole self with me in that way. But it's like that's it. I don't know.
I think I've had this kind of conversation before.
Have you had men like try to police your hair? Men you were dating, not just men on the street, but like men you were dating try to police your hair.
I was with a black guy recently, and he was like, I just like your natural hair. Can you just wear it out? But I don't know if it was because he didn't want me to ask him for no change to get it done. Or
Your whole mess. I hope you know
I
that.
mean, I don't know if it was because of that, because it was expensive, but a lot of times I would pay for it myself, but like sometimes I'd be like, yo, can you help me with this? But I'm not sure if he didn't want to chip in for it or if like he really actually liked it. Like I don't know if he liked
I
it.
honestly think people, and not just men, I think other women, this is why we are so like excited to see what other women's natural hair looks like. It's just like, oh, that is you. Like, not the real you, but it's an intimate part of you that you're sharing with us. And I feel like honestly, this sounds like bullshit. I think everybody's like natural hair is really, really beautiful. And I like seeing it. And it doesn't matter how like the length or the texture of it. I just think it's really beautiful. And I know that as a Black woman, it's very brave for another woman to feel like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all see what I'm working with, regardless of what the beauty standards we know of. Like, this is me, and
Oh,
I'm okay with that. I think that's
ooh.
really, really beautiful.
Okay,
So
well,
I do think, I mean, maybe the money was a part of it, but I do really think that for men, it's like seeing you, it's like seeing you without your makeup. Like, it's different.
mhm.
It's intimate and different in a
Mhm.
new way. I don't know.
But you said a key word that we haven't really gotten into yet that I think we should definitely explore, which is beauty standards, right? So hold on.
Yeah.
Let's just hold that. Let's just hold that real quick. I'm gonna see what
Okay. So let's
else
make a little note of the beauty standards.
said. Let me see if anybody said anything else first. So Pexia says it's so weird. Folks who claim blacks are so unattractive are the main ones who are so obsessed with blacks, especially obsessed with Black women. Then Terry says, just because you wear any kind of hair extensions does not mean you are bald underneath. And if you are bald, so what? That should not be a problem. We are adults. If you don't like it, go elsewhere. And then
Exactly.
she also says, we as ladies accept the men as they are. Men talk ish.
Woo!
Whether you wear wigs, weaves, or your natural hair. Men say they want natural hair, but first wants to call you nappy headed in so many words. Girl.
Let's talk about that part.
Girl.
Let's
Girl.
talk about men who, oh, I love natural hair.
Girl.
Oh, I mean 3C and above. Shut up. Like,
Girl.
let's talk about that. The men who claim they love a natural hair woman, but they want a specific type of curl.
Yeah.
They want it at a specific length, and they want it on a certain person of a certain hue. So back it all the way up and stop.
Girl.
Like, no.
Girl. You ain't never lie. But show him your real hair too. Let it be known. Folks are so superficial. Can't please men hardly, period.
You can't please them though, because they're always talking about how they hate, like, it's just annoying. Like, you hate that we wear weaves, but you sit there and exoticize and practically come over, a girl with hair down her back who has a certain hair. You know what I mean? Like, they do a lot. They go up for a certain type of hair, a certain type of curl, and then wonder why people are trying to emulate that or emulate something different. Like but this is why. So, but beauty standards, go talk about it.
Definitely. Kexi is just laughing at your comment about the man weave. She was like, those man weave videos are unbelievable.
Yo, those got me. I was like, we can't even be mad. They took our magic and they did some other shit with it. I was really impressed. And I think honestly, if you feel better, like you feel more confident with like that, like you have some balding or whatever, and you feel more confident with that, I'm all for it. I honestly think I wouldn't care. Like, that's my thing with men. Like, do I look good? Do I look pretty? Do I look presentable when I'm out with you? Do you find me attractive as I am? Okay, then what are we discussing? I don't need your comments about my hair.
Right.
I've definitely had men who have, one man in particular who would always tell me how much he prefers my natural hair, which is like, he's the kind of guy who, duh, of course you prefer my natural hair. And I made it a point to be like, thank you for your feedback. And we're wearing a wig tonight. I'm really, at the time I was really embracing like, yep, twist out today, wig tomorrow, and you will deal, because I'm pretty either way. And if that's a problem for you, I don't know what to tell you. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think I really can't fathom a man telling me or influencing me to do one thing or another with my hair. If you make it a point to tell me I look the best in my wig or something, I'm going to make it a point to constantly wear my natural hair and dare you to say something, because no, I'm still pretty bi. Like,
wait, so he was trying to get you to not wear a wig, right?
No, at the time I wore my real hair out 95% of the time. But sometimes on a date night, I would like, I want long straight hair. So I wear a wig. And he would just, it wasn't like, he would always say I'm pretty, but he would always make it known, like, I like your natural hair. I don't like, he never said I don't like makeup, but he would say, I like the natural look. And it's just like, boy, you don't even know I got foundation on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know nothing about no fucking natural look. That's another one. Like, y'all swear you like a natural look, but you don't actually know what you're talking about. And I just feel like if you meet somebody at a certain space and they look good and, you feel like they look good, like, I don't need your constant opinions about this style or that. I, like you, Maya, I grew up where it was perfectly normal for you to wear your hair relaxed and pressed one day, have fucking braids for a month the next week, right? And then have a week. Like, we didn't care about this continuity thing that I think people are into, like never letting people see your real hair. And I'm really about that. So, because that's the whole point of Black hair, is the versality. So
exactly, it's a beautiful thing. So there's some trolls in here.
Hey trolls.
But Vegeta actually answered the question where I said, why would you want to see someone's natural hair, like if you're with them? And he says, because I relate better with a Black woman that has her real kinky hair, even though I am also attracted to Black women with wigs and weaves. Okay, whatever.
That's fair. I think that's fair. No?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
He has an aesthetic preference, and he's making that known. As long as you're not shaming people, right? Is that okay?
Yeah. And okay, let's see. You're right. Someone said something interesting. Madam of Hugh said, I think non-Blacks and Black men don't know how they want Black women to show up in the world. I mean,
they don't know. They don't. They want Janelle Monáe and Beyonce all at the same goddamn time.
It's up to them. It's up to us how we show up, though.
Exactly. No, absolutely. But I don't know. They be confused.
All right, let me see what else we got. Inalienable right says, put the wigs down, put them down. Black men don't understand Black women. Tyrone Church said that's what he said. Tyrone Church is also being a little trollish, saying, does wearing everything fake make you real? And then Terry's saying, wearing false hair is about convenience, easier to manage. You can change it like a model based on your mood. It does not mean you are trying to be white or another race. You just wear it long and straight. It doesn't mean you don't love yourself or your hair. So Tyrone Church, were the ancient Egyptians not real? Because they wore a whole bunch of wigs.
Okay. Go on, got them, sis.
No, they all they did was wear wigs, though.
Why do people think that like 20th century Black women created wigs? Like, wigs have existed for a very long time in Africa, in England, in France. Everybody has worn wigs all across this globe. It ain't that deep.
It's not, and when we do it, it's oh my gosh, is that your real hair? Oh my goodness!
No, but let's talk about men who think that if you wear your natural hair, that's a character trait. Like, I have had so many men approach me thinking that because I wear my natural hair, I know about, oils and spices and shit. And it's like, I don't, beloved. Like, I know about some of those things, but I'm ratchet too. Like, it doesn't excuse me from ratchetry.
She said oils and spices and shit. Yo. Madam Hugh coming for Madam of Hugh coming for their necks. Madam said, but y'all wear a fake chain, your neck is green, Tyrone.
I don't like, we all have to move in a world, especially as Black Americans, right? We're all moving in a world where we change up the way we talk if we want a job, right? We learn how to use, we learn how to code switch. We learn how to be able to navigate different things. So why would that not extend to how we present ourselves, how we feel most comfortable? Like, I'm not going to sit here and police these things that are all, it's really hard to just say, oh, you're just doing this for the white gaze, or, oh, you're just doing this for acceptability, because this is how we live. It is what it is.
Definitely. I mean, a great point. If you're a Black American, you're definitely gonna have to move through the world differently.
Right.
I mean, I remember the first time I ever got a sew-in, right? Straight.
Was that in 2018?
Yes, girl.
Yes. I remember this.
New York City. That's when I went to New York City that semester.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Yes, sis.
And I
I
was
remember that.
like, yo, I can't tell you how much different my life became because I had that straight Malaysian hair. Like
Talk about
I
it.
I never knew. I was like, yo, so many doors I didn't even knew existed were open to me. And I'm like,
Because people think of how, for a Black woman, no other woman, how you wear your hair is like a personality trait. If you wear a wig or a weave, you're like prissy, you know, you're more feminine. Like you're less concerned about your looks, as if there aren't women with natural hair who spend hours and hours getting that perfect curl, that perfect twist out, those perfect edges. Like, you know, like both can be superficial, but
definitely.
people read into what Black women do with their hair in a way that they don't with other
You know,
groups.
I really think, I mean, yes, I think it's partly because they do see the type of wear you hair as a personality trait, but I also think it has a lot to do with what we were trying to get into earlier about beauty standards. Like I think a lot of men really just don't like the way natural hair looks. Like they,
Oh, absolutely. A lot of look, not even a lot of men. Let's say a lot of Black people, period, don't like the way natural, very kinky hair looks, and that's literally only the result of social conditioning that we work really hard to try to undo, but we can't fucking do it in a day by ourselves. Like,
right. Vegeta says, universe trip. Some of us also don't like the fact that Black women with fake hair don't let us touch their hair even if it's fake. Can we touch your money? Can we get in wallets? Like why? I mean, why you want to touch
I
our
mean,
hair?
it's weird. So do you like touch like people's faces when they got their face beat to the gods? Do you feel like you want to rub and like do this and like make sure that she's
Why
like
do you
a
want to
person and not a Picasso? It's like a little weird.
I'm not a petting zoo. Like, but why do you want to touch? Just touch me. Like, I've had people say, like, I've had when I was living abroad or when I'm around a whole bunch of
Oh God, yeah.
non-Black people, they're just like, oh, your skin is so nice. Let me touch it. And I'm like, why do you? I am not a petting
It's
zoo.
very fetishistic. Why would you want to touch my hair when your hair grows out the scalp
Just
same way?
touch your own hair, touch your own skin, touch yourself. Like, why do you want to touch me?
Men have not been like running their fingers through my hair, natural or not. I just want that to be known. I work really hard on those twist outs. You're not running your fucking fingers through my hair. Fuck out of here.
Fuck
No.
it up.
Get out of here. No.
I don't know. It's weird to me. Like, why? Why do you want to? I
I
mean,
don't feel a need to rub up on your, and I get yelled at for rubbing on your fucking stupid waves because I'll be rubbing them in the wrong direction. Like, what the? I don't, but I usually don't feel the need to be all up rubbing through your waves and shit. It's weird. I don't know.
mm,
You spent a good hour combing out those non-existent waves, God. Like, I'm gonna let you rock.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Kexia said oils and spices.
No, but they really think, and it's not to say that I'm not knowledgeable about like my history myself, but I'm not a freedom fighter just because I have natural hair. I'm a person who happens to have natural hair and knows a little bit about a little bit of everything. Like it's not that deep, you know?
It's really not. It's really not. I mean, but I can understand, especially when we talk about beauty standards and self-hate, how it can be a little deep if like you really do hate yourself and that's why you wear wigs.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think
but
that's
it
probably true for some people, but it's not for me to like judge people for not being able, you know what I mean? Like I feel nothing but sadness for someone who feels that way about themselves. And it's not my place or your place to like pull people out of, your idea of self-hatred because it's not your business. That's their trauma to work out and deal with whenever they want to do it. Like I'm not going to call you out for that until it becomes you projecting on other people, then that's a problem. But if you yourself are in a space where you really don't feel like beautiful with the way your hair grows out of your head, that's not for me to unpack. That's for you to unpack.
right, definitely. Do you see it as okay? So there, from my experience, there are Black men who are like, no, or like, I mean, I actually had a Black man. I was in the funny story. I was in the library. Okay,
At Cornell,
no, not. Oh my gosh. Okay.
there's different Cornells in the world, guys. Relax.
I was in the library. It was down in Maryland. It was like Montgomery County, Maryland, like around DC, right? And I'm chilling, working on some stuff. A guy goes into my cubby. He sees me. He knocks on the glass door, knocking on the door. Hey, can I talk to you? Oh, you're so beautiful. Blah blah blah. And at this time, I had like crochet braids in, right? It was like
I
kinky
remember. Yeah.
looking hair, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're so beautiful. But your hair, like, can I just please get it done? It's horrible. It's horrible." So he pays to get my hair done.
Oh, that's the weave,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, can you go to this party with me?" I go to the party. This is the first ever time I got a sew-in. And then everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you're just so beautiful." So and I'm like, yo, this is I was blown. I didn't
That's
know
so weird.
I didn't know people hated kinky hair that much. Like I was like, damn.
See, that's interesting because I would remember in high school, whenever I would like take my braids out or like take my ponytail out, I'm gonna just say it. The white boys especially, I really like your hair like that. Like just your like natural hair and like a Michelle Obama type kind of little flip. Like they really like would always say that and it was so weird to me. And definitely when I went natural, I was expecting to get a lot of what you're saying of like people telling you need to relax your hair, this shit looks nasty, but
Mhm.
I didn't get as far as I know, I only remember receiving
Did those white
positive
boys,
affirmation of my hair when I was
did those
natural.
white boys ever try to like get with you though?
No, ew, why would I date any
So
of them?
here's
Gross.
the thing. Like right. I feel like they'll say like, "Oh, I like your hair," but they ain't really trying to get with you. They trying to get with Becky with the blonde hair. Like, you know what I'm
Oh, no,
saying?
it was more like they were all friends, like, it wasn't
Oh,
like
okay.
you know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah.
random white boys. They were friends and they would just be like and I don't think in what, 2000 or 2000 whatever, when I was in high school, they could appreciate that, like, it's a big deal. Do you know what I mean? To just be yourself in front of people who don't get your hair, or they didn't understand the nuances of black hair enough to be, like, pandering to me or anything like that, and it wasn't like they were trying to fuck me, so you know what
Right.
I mean? What's the point of like, capping like that? But no, they would definitely say, like, I like it wasn't like I like your hair better. I was just like, I think your hair looks really nice like that. Like, and I always found that so interesting. I'm trying to think of guys in high school, I don't feel like had huge ideas about me, myself, my hair, but I wasn't out there like that
Yeah.
dating.
I
So I don't
remember
know.
I remember back in undergrad, there was this white TA I had, and I feel like he had a crush on me because every time I came in with like my natural hair, my little fluffy afro, he would get all weird acting and just be like, I don't know, it's like really weird. Then I found out later that I mean, like later, much later on, he was like, maybe we can be something. I just shut that down. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Wait, what was his name? I feel like I know this person.
Um,
No, I mean, don't say it, but
Right.
like, let's talk about it.
He was a TA in Near Eastern Studies. You know who it was, blonde.
Oh, I think I do.
Oh, he was blonde, blue-eyed, and tall. And
That's crazy. And you had your hair natural, you said at the time.
I know, but he had a thing for black women though. Like I feel like,
Right.
and he tried it. He was like, can we? I mean, maybe we could. Like what?
A notch on your little fetishistic belt. Oh God.
Yeah, homie, I'm good. But anyway, let's see who else talking some stuff. They over here. Oh Lord, somebody named Ask a Classy Black Man.
Okay, Anna. Don't relax.
Oh man, so many comments. I don't even know. Oh.
Like out of line, girl.
Somebody making so Terry says men say they want a natural black lady, but if he sees a natural real lady from Africa with her dark skin and natural kinky hair, he laughs and ridicules her hard.
She's not lying.
I've seen that.
I've definitely seen that.
Tyrone Church says, do you think black women worry about fake hair more than their real hair? Some do, some don't.
I know. I will just say I don't. I don't judge other women for, but I feel a ways about like buying human hair, so I don't. So I don't take care of the shit I buy because it's not real hair.
Right.
So
Definitely.
I think there's like if there could be like fair trade human hair, which is probably gonna happen really soon, right? Like people care about this stuff eventually. But I feel a ways about the hair trade, like ethically. I think there's something enough about it. So I'll buy but best believe if I invested a good amount of money in some real ass hair, I was gonna take care of it. Okay. What you mean? Like
but I think mostly the reason why I got a sew-in again is because I was like, wow, my natural hair was growing so fast under it. And I was like, I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to manipulate it. I don't have to like worry about it breaking because I'm like always up in it. So
Right. That's how I grew my hair out when I was going natural. Is I wore wigs and half wigs, and then once I got to a certain length and I was in a tax bracket where I could no longer afford to like buy wigs, that was the time where I like learned to do my hair and really like love my natural hair. But the wigs helping me grow it out, invaluable. Not having to touch it, invaluable. Especially in college, like who wants to be dealing with that every day? Like it was. I'm really grateful for it. So it's really cool to me.
Tyrone Church says black men don't appreciate the beauty of black women.
Why do you think that is? I had this conversation with someone I used to date about how black men and women, we're getting the same projections of, standards of beauty, of all of the bullshit that we, ingest that makes us think of ourselves as less than. But I feel like black women don't, as much as black men, go out of their way to shit on black men, call them ain't shit, say they, you know what I mean? Or even to say, I can't fuck these black niggas. Black women don't run around saying stuff like that. Like, so why do you think that the message works so well on black men? They ingest that message so well and really perceive dating someone who's non-black as like this sign of upward mobility, as this status symbol. And I'm not saying that black women don't too, but not at the same rate. Factually.
How about this? I'm gonna put the link out, and one of these men can come on if y'all want to. But I really want to. I mean, you don't want to do that.
Let's see, girl. I'm gonna
put the link out, but it's just like, I really want to know too. Like, why? Why do y'all feel like dating a non-black woman is a thing? Like, why is that a status symbol for y'all? Jonathan Phillips, hey, how you doing? Tyrone Church says, why women pay rent for fake hair? And then Kexia says it's because of patriarchy, racism, and colorism. Look, I'm gonna drop the link for y'all. Y'all can come on. All y'all gotta do is click the link, and y'all can come on and have a conversation.
But let's go to that question of why do you pay rent for fake hair? Like, let's think about what looking like everybody else gets a black woman in America versus what looking like, you love yourself. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. Think of every successful black woman you know. How does their hair looking? And I'll wait, like, for, you know what I mean? Your example of a successful black woman who can exist without caring about her hair and not paying rent amount of money for her fucking hair. But, okay. Are you talking? Are you just not?
No, definitely. So Jonathan Phillips won't come on. He always coming. All right. Jonathan Phillips. Okay, here he go. He want to say something, girl.
Okay, girl.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Si.
Yes.
Oui, monsieur.
How y'all doing?
We good. How are you?
We good. Where's your video? Nah, we're not out here like that. We're all about equality in the year of our Lord 2020. So you gonna have to have on the video, or like what you doing? What are we doing? Like,
now, what's the question? I'm trying to.
So the question.
I just got out the gym. What's up?
Okay, so the question is, why is it that so many black men think that dating a non-black woman is a symbol of upward mobility and a status symbol?
Raised by their mama. I'm sorry, they raised by their mama. That's some female type shit. Because dude, I don't even like dudes. I don't even like dudes that be talking about white women like that on a high mobility.
We didn't say white women. We said non-black women at all. So let's talk about a white woman thing, right? Because y'all love talking about,
I've seen dudes.
So
no, I'm not disagreeing with y'all ladies, because I've seen dudes here in LA, especially here in LA.
I heard it's bad in LA, right?
But I ain't agreeing on that, because I like black women. I like brown coffee. I like brown coffee. So dudes that like white women and be putting them on a status symbol, they fools too. But I see it a lot here. For one thing, I'm near the Burbank, near the Hollywood Hills, like 45 minutes away. So yeah, I know dudes that go in the club and they see a fine sister and they ain't on it. But ugly ass white woman, give it to me. Give me Daisy. Give me old ugly ass Miss Daisy. But
So what's that Chris Rock
I don't
quote
know.
about
I
the
think
Rose
that's a
O'Donnell
feminine trait.
He said
I think
Rosie
that's a feminine
O'Donnell
trait trying to get white.
He said Rosie O'Donnell don't
Rosie
get a
O'Donnell,
black man, but she can get a black man. That's what he said.
He said something like that. How could it be a feminine trait if black women do not date out at all the way black men do? Like statistically, not even me capping, anecdotally, look it up. Like black women do not marry out at the same rate as black men. So how could it be a feminine trait?
Only why I said feminine trait is because dudes that I know that go for white women, they act like it's a status symbol. I don't know, they want validation, but tell you the truth, I ain't with that shit. I ain't with that shit personally, because for one thing, dudes that talk shit about black women, I don't know, they think that the snow bunny is just gonna save their damn life. I don't get it.
But I mean, I
don't get it. I don't know.
We see a lot of examples of really successful black men marrying non-black women, and when they get divorced, that woman takes everything. Like that.
Well, those are the celebrities and athletes.
Women take everything in most of these. You know what I mean? That black or white, like she would get most of everything. Do you really think that like alimony is like awarded based on like, or you think black women are not trying to get what's due to them in a divorce proceeding? Like that's not a unique to white woman trait. Like that's just how our legal system is.
But I feel like it's definitely not unique to white women, but I feel like black women don't get nearly as much as non-black women in those type of situations. When you think about child support and alimony, like black women get very.
You would have to. I feel like that's like a biased thing on your part, because you would have to show me examples of when a black woman got less than a white woman based on the income of the man, because they have very specific like calculations they make when it comes to alimony, when it comes to child support based on a man's income. So but
when we consider the racial wealth gap in general, and that most black women are, with black men, I mean, on average, they're not getting as much, just due to the disparities.
But like, if that same black man was with a white woman, she would get more. I don't know that.
That's the thing. Like, it's only like the top. Black men that do that, like the ones that are millionaires.
Top 10%.
All the Diddy's baby mamas is black, and so they all got paid out good, as far as I know. So
what'd you say?
All of Diddy's baby mamas is black.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay,
but Puffy.
They all got paid.
But Puffy got hundreds of millions of dollars now.
Yeah, and I feel like they
Puffy
all
got hundreds of millions of dollars.
What they were owed.
I didn't know that.
All of Future's baby mamas is.
Are they paid for real?
I don't know if they're all paid, but they're all black.
Okay, but I don't think Future has nearly.
Well, of course they paid. Of course they paid, because Diddy is a billionaire, so of course they paid.
Yeah. You're saying the average person, but like, I don't think there's a good argument to be made of like Tyrone has a black baby mama and a white baby mama, and the white baby mama gets more.
Oh no, that's not what I was trying to say at all.
Oh, okay.
No,
that's not what I was trying to say neither.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, the black men.
But white women still know how to take your ass to the cleaners, though. I'll give you that. White women, they be having some special lawyers. They be having the top lawyers.
We can talk about maybe having access to better legal representation to get maybe more of what's owed to you, but especially with child support, I don't think maybe alimony is a better argument for this, because child support is a pretty specific like calculation based on the state you're living in and who's making what kind of thing,
Okay. So we have a new fighter complex, number 7.
Again, both of these men have little pictures up, and both of our beautiful faces are just where we are all about equality. Okay.
So they just not gonna. I am not putting my face in this. I am not putting my face in this. This. Shit, y'all get my Instagram, but that's pretty much it. I ain't putting my face on. Wow, he left.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he didn't have anything to say. He's like, nah. Nah, I'm good.
But
Somebody said,
I ain't no white woman worshiper, so I don't know. Maybe I'm the wrong guy. I guess I'm not the contrarian for y'all to argue, but I ain't no white woman worshiper.
well,
Plus, in L.A., if well, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying that's good. That's it.
Like here in L.A., like it's mostly dudes chasing after Becky or Mona Lynn or
That's not even the
Rosalina.
right.
So
But that's not even the right. Like, if we were gonna make a moniker, like catch-all moniker for Asian women, Mona Lynn is not it. I just want you to know that. But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I see people saying other things that's like problematic. The term their moniker is really problematic.
It is because it's racist. Like, it's racist in a way that calling a white woman Becky and Karen isn't. Like
Yes,
let's keep it up.
absolutely. Like calling a white woman Karen isn't racist. Like it's just not. But what
Or
they,
is it, Maya?
I mean, I wish it could be.
These Karens don't know how to act. Like,
no, these
oh,
Beckys don't know how to act. That's
right.
the thing.
But y'all want to be oppressed so bad. God.
Hold on. Oh my goodness. They really do though. It's so sad. Whew. Child. Mm-mm.
Now I'll tell you this. Now, black women need to be a better scout in finding richer men. You know, because I'm for black women getting to a man with a richer tax bracket. Because my mother found the right dude. And tell you the truth, I ain't gonna be mad at women all day. You know, find that dude. You know, lock him up. And make sure that them kids ain't dusty. Because tell you the truth, I'm for non-dusty kids.
Okay, so fighter
Get that bag.
get that bag.
Get that bag, sis.
Get that money. Go get dollar bill, y'all.
I mean, I have a brother, I have a father
Dollar bill, y'all.
in the army, and I was like, I'm dating somebody. He was just like, make sure that mug got some money. That's it. Just make sure he got some money.
Right.
Cause men, I don't know, like.
And what would
Somebody gotta turn off the live in their background because we can hear
I think it's fighter complex. Pause it.
Or
Yeah,
put it
that's
on
not
mute because like we can hear it, bro.
All right, cool.
Hold on one second. What about now?
That's good.
Good, you good, man? No, I still hear it. See?
Is it
Wait.
Jonathan Phillips? Jonathan Phillips is yours.
Wait, I'm a mute. I'm
You're
a muted, then unmute. I'm a muted and then unmuted.
Okay. You just gotta mute the if you have the YouTube link up, you just have to mute that. You don't have to mute yourself.
Or
Well,
like
I'm on the phone. I'm not a
headphones, so you
computer. I'm on the
hear it.
phone. I'm on
Oh.
the phone.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, we don't hear it anymore. Do you hear it, Ray?
It's because we're not all talking at the same time.
Okay.
But I hear it.
Okay.
So fighter complex, what you think?
I have opposing views. I mean, I find it like, it's very interesting how it's usually the women who don't mind who they date, what race. They don't see race. They don't see color. I don't see that. I don't see race. I just smell that money. Like, I feel like, and I'm not mad at that. I mean, everyone has the option to choose who they want to be with over what. I mean, and we all are shallow in certain areas or weak in certain areas. I guess you could say that, or standards. I guess, and it just so happens that men, when they look for women, they love the looks. They love a good looking woman, and women just they wanted somebody that could take care of them for the most part, you know. And I feel like, I guess in a way that's what we're shallow in our own way. But the difference between what a man wants, that looks can't doesn't last forever, you know, and but a man's money can last longer.
If you invest
Yes.
it, if you invest it.
Right. And a woman's looks. I mean, there's certain women like like Angela Bassett. She's 60 years
Yes,
old.
she
She
looked
still
good.
she still
Bad.
looks
She
great.
looked
Tell
good.
me you wouldn't take down Angela Bassett if you could. Fuck out of here. Like,
Hell
come
yeah,
on.
hell, she's fire. Like I can't
She's
even
fine.
No,
front.
Vivica Fox. I'm sorry, Vivica Fox still look good to me.
I think
I'm
Vivica
sorry. I
still
just
looks
got
good
done
too.
seeing her like a couple minutes ago on a YouTube video.
Well, look, I mean, some women age better than others, and because you know that black don't crack, so like, what about
Right.
it? But yeah,
Yeah.
Unless you smoke it.
yeah. Unless
Unless
you
you
want to take
smoking.
care of
If
yourself,
you smoking,
sure.
you drinking.
Right.
If you're not eating right.
Mm.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah, Vivica or not Vivica. Angela is like
she's a vegan.
super vegan and like she works out every day.
Right. But like, so it's kind of funny, universe, because I was like reacting to a video you made like a week ago. I made the video, but I just didn't upload it and edit it. But it was about this. And it's not like I can't get mad at the nature of women, because naturally they want to be protected, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I don't like usually when women speak on this subject,
Mm-hmm.
they say, okay, I want a man that get the bag, and his money is all money, and my money is my money. I'm like, whoa, like that's kind of selfish. Like, fuck you mean? Like, I feel that's wrong. I feel that is so wrong,
Mm-hmm.
especially because that's an old school mindset as far as the man taking care of the woman. But let's be real. A lot of times, the women they had no choice but to stay with that guy. Whether if they wanted to leave, they couldn't leave. And a lot of times, them dudes used to abuse their power and their position. It's called financial abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So, but now, guess what? Now I like the way society's working now, because now women are getting money too, and so if they're with someone, that means they really want to be with them. Because it's like, nigga, I don't need you. I got money. Like, I don't really need you.
But
Like, so I like,
brother,
because
but
I
brother.
bet you a lot
Okay.
of dudes that couldn't get women before, it was only strictly off of the money. So now that used to be the leverage, but now that's not the leverage, because now women got the
Stop.
option to choose.
Stop. Please
Wait,
act.
wait,
Please do not act like an upperly mobile black woman somewhere right now is not supporting some nigga barely having a job. Please do not act
wait.
like there are not 1,000, 100,000, vast majority of black women who like a man more than they like what he can provide. Like, I'm not saying sisters are not out there trying to get their bag, but black women are known to be holding niggas down before they somebody's shit is fucking up the sound. Like, oh my god.
Fighter, can you Fighter, can you mute because her sound is oh, thank you.
You
Okay.
don't hear it? I'm bugging.
No, it's because Fighter is on the phone.
Yeah.
Your voice was echoing from his.
And I was being loud and ratchet.
Yeah.
I'm saying that like, yo, like we're
Yeah,
not
hear
gonna act
yourself. Hear
like black
yourself.
women like black women are not like holding niggas down who don't have like black women are like one of the top earners of this country compared to
True.
black men. This
It's
is
true.
fact, right? Like we're not all dating somebody on our same economic level. Let's not act like black women are not willing to really invest in a work in progress when it comes to finances. Like, and it's not to negate that there are a lot of black women who are about their bag as they should be, but like we're not going to do black women as if they be on some gold digging shit and niggas can't get no play if they don't got this, that, or third. Like that's just patently false. Patently false. Come on.
I don't think, and
Well,
I don't.
I don't subscribe to that neither. Tell you the truth. Well, universe can pretty much know from my stance from the last time I was talking to her. But me personally, I think black women don't go for the money enough. They need to be
I
in these
agree.
high society
I
groups. They
agree.
need to be in these elite country clubs. They need to figure out who
I
is
agree.
who,
I agree. Black women,
rub and shake hands,
right?
because that's how my mother found the right dude. And
Right.
that's
Yeah.
why that's why I'm not in Compton. That's why I'm in Burbank, not Compton,
Mhm.
California. so
Yeah.
so
Just
My
like
mama
Ray
did good.
said, I mean, just like Ray said, there are so many black women taking care of black men financially, you know. And
And that's a problem. I see that as a problem. I don't like that
You
shit.
don't see that as us
I don't
having
like that shit.
empathy for how,
I don't like that
structural
shit. That make black
inequality
men look
works and
weak.
like, come on. It's not that they're weak, it's
Like dudes
that
want to be
black women
pampered.
understand why black men have trouble acquiring generational wealth, have trouble coming into certain spaces and really making moves. Like I don't feel like we need to shit on black women for having a little bit of empathy for y'all niggas and y'all struggles because it's our struggle at the same time. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is.
understand that,
Well,
but I feel like
it's on the
enabling them.
dude.
Like we enable them when we just accept the fact that they're not working,
The mediocrity.
or just like
The mediocrity.
in general. Like I don't. Obviously, you and I don't do that, but like just in general, like as a collective,
Speak for yourself, okay, sis. Okay.
you take care. Okay, girl.
Oh, take care is a strong word. I've definitely dated a guy who like was not matching me in terms of I could do X and you can't because you ain't got it. And it was tough because I like to enjoy myself and not have to think about it. But like, I don't know, I wasn't expecting him to, even if he had it, the expectation was not he's gonna pay for everything. But it was a lot to be like, oh, I can't do this. Like I don't have that. Do you know what I mean? Taken care of. Now that I have not done, and I don't advocate any woman of any race doing that because that for what? Like we at least need to be able to engage in the same activities and contribute to them in the same way without it having to be a burden on one or the other. Like I think for any sort of successful partnership, but that was tough. And like, so no, me taking care of a man, that has never happened. But I'm not begrudging people who, no, I should begrudge them. That shit is whack. Don't take care of men. You're right. Fuck that. No, don't do that.
I don't agree with that either because I really believe that when you take care of a man financially, they end up resenting you and not even in a conscious way.
They really feel very emasculated.
They do. And they don't even know it. Like they think that they want that. Like a lot of I've had black men, like I've had men pursue me talking about, don't you just want to stay home, dad? I'm like, I wish you didn't know I was successful. Like I wish you didn't even fucking know. Like
right.
That's why I come off as like when I date, like I try to play dumb. I don't tell them I'm in like a PhD program. Like I don't tell them nothing. Like I'm like, no, I'm just this dumb little girl because I don't want you looking at me like, oh yeah, she'll come up like I'm gonna get her to take care of me. Nah.
People think that like just because you got a as we both know that just because you got a degree you got it like that. Like fuck out of here.
But they really think that though.
No, you're right. There's a subset of men who is really like, oh, like she got it together, etc., etc.
But I don't want no woman to take care of me.
Sometimes
I don't want a 50-50 situation. If I can't be able to pay the bills, then I shouldn't be in no relationship. Period.
I want to do
Too many dudes worry about sex instead of building. And that's why I look at these dudes like I know a dude that's 20 years old and he has 6 kids. And he got 2 kids on the way. 2 more. So it'll be a total 8.
How many baby mamas you got?
If I tell you this ain't for the faint of heart. 6 out of 6.
No. Okay,
for 6 kids, he got 6 baby mamas.
That's sad, yeah.
So that's why I'm vehemently against motherfuckers just laboring, sitting on his ass, couch surfing, eating Cheetos, and playing Call of Duty all day.
Right. Yeah.
So you ain't gonna get the me saying, oh, you should go 50-50. Nah, these dudes need to focus on getting to the money, then get to the women. But yeah, these men can be considered the new gold diggers.
Yeah, that's what Terry said.
They expected you to be able to come up with something up front.
Right.
It's not all black men, but I don't know. It's a good segment of them.
You gotta want to get the money for yourself, not to get women. That's a huge.
Well, the women come with the money, like 50 Cent say. It's like a buy one get one. Once you got one, it comes with it. So I ain't necessarily saying do it for women. You do it for yourself. You do it for real estate.
Jonathan, Luna says she completely agrees. She completely agrees with you.
Because I'm using common sense. I ain't being emotional. I ain't coming and yelling at Ray and Universe and saying that you should take care of a man. 50-50 is the way. Nah, 50-50 gets no respect just as fast as a woman taking care of a dude 100%. And I only know dudes that say, I don't want no 50-50. I want to be able to be the provider.
Yeah.
So I can be able to have at least some form of respect. God damn it!
Yeah.
Like, come on, cuz. Like,
You have
what
to.
type of man wants a woman to just pay for his Jordans? Pay my whole Jordan collection is paid for. My haircuts is paid for. My mustache and my beard trim ups is paid for it because a baby boo bought everything.
Nah, I don't get that.
No.
I don't,
You know, if you like it, if she likes it and she has it, I love it. I can't. I mean, no.
That's not
But
cute.
there's some women out there who have it like that, and they're okay with being like, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
you comfortable?
Okay, so I know Jonathan knows about Shira 7. Muna is shouting out Shira 7.
but yeah,
Muna says Shira says building a man will only make them climb on top of the other climb on you to hop over the fence to see the other cheek. Okay, anyway. If she does
well, let me say this.
Mhm.
Let me say this. If you level up a dude, like, you know, for me being an ex-dancer, I see a lot of dudes that pretty much got old Jewish white women to take care of them, and they pretty much use that shit. And, you know, you build him up so he can go to the next one, the one that he really wants.
Yeah.
Right.
The one he really eyeing on.
But can we talk about why women choose to take care of a man and why they choose to buy them Jordans and buy them everything they want? A lot of women want that control over a man, though.
Like, it's about control.
I think some women really want control and they want to be like, well, like honestly, like I have heard this. Women will trap a man, so they'll get with a man. They're attracted to the man, you know, the intimacy is good or whatever. And he's homeless, he's like basically homeless. So she brings him on, and then once he gets comfortable, once she gave him everything everything he wanted, and he don't got no other place to go, she's like, oh, I want to get married. What he gonna say no? If he gonna say no, he gonna get kicked out and lose everything. So a lot of women will trap a man like that.
A lot? You gotta
not a lot. I mean, like,
cut it out. Cut it out, Maya.
It's a good size. It's a good size.
Yo, this thing about women taking care of men, like, where the fuck they at? Like,
it's really right.
Brother, don't go in that rabbit hole.
Outliers.
Please do not go in that rabbit hole.
Definitely.
We don't act like we don't see that in the black community. A whole bunch of black.
Oh, I think it's a different thing in the black community, but it's not to the level picking up a homeless nigga on the street talking about. No, stop.
No.
Okay. Listen, let's be real. Let's be real. When they say, oh, you know, paying haircuts and Jordans, those be 50-50 situations. Those be the 50. I'm telling you, the guy does the same for her too. He pays for her nails. He takes her on dates. He does the same thing for her. And then, but on the outside looking in, they're like, people are saying, oh wow, they're kind of matching each other. He's not outshining her financially. That's what that really is. I'm just being honest, like, because I don't know any of my friends that, or people I deal with, that their girls taking care of them. I've never seen that. Like,
I've never there. But to be clear, our anecdotal evidence is not proof that it doesn't exist, but I don't think it's the norm. I think it's I can't remember the phrase, but I think it's like it's not the rule or like the norm at all. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I think it's kind of common. I don't know. I see it kind of common.
Someone brought up an interesting point. Muna said, Shira 7 says women secretly want a provider even if they work.
I think that's true, honestly.
I think it's true too. Because I mean, I work. Like, I've been working ever since
I work hard. Right. I've been working my whole life taking care of myself. Like, I want to get it when I want it, but I want you to be able to also get it for me if I want it. Okay? Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's so attractive. Like, I love men. Like, and it's not even like, I understand men saying, oh, well, I don't want to pay for everything. And trust me, I can't make you pay for everything. But trust me, if you want me to, like, be, just like fall head over heels, like, take care of it. I will. Like, if I feel protected, if I feel provided for, like, nah, you won't have it.
It has to be in a way where it's like, and I'm a very much a gold Dutch ass bitch, but it has to be in a way where you're not sitting here trying to flex. Like, you just do it. And like, it's not a big deal. It's not something you want brownie points for. It's just how you view the world. And that shit is highly attractive. Like, when that happens, like, you know what I mean? Like, when it's not even like, oh, I'm trying to make you know that I got this dough or whatever. It just happens. Nothing else is said.
And it's just like yeah, it's like I always go on dates preparing.
Well, I'm sorry. I like the flex. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna expect some brownie points. I'm gonna be like, I took you to Ruth Chris, so let me get some chicken. Let me get some chicken. But you know, I don't know. Here in LA, like if you ain't an athlete, celebrity, a real estate mogul, I'm sorry. The pickings is very slim when it comes to brothers. I'm sorry, brothers that's doing well and not expecting you to take care of him.
Yikes.
So I've heard that about LA. You're not the first person to say that. If you're a black woman wanting to date black men in LA, it's like difficult as fuck.
That's why I say black women need to go to high society events and groups and try to figure out who is who fast. I hear feedback.
Damn, bro, you should start like a gold digging DVD series, bro.
A gold. Well, my mama.
It's like the smack DVDs for gold diggers.
like ladies, this club DVDs. don't go to that club over there on Crenshaw. Or go to this one over here. You know, these guys, they love. They love the black
think like a man. I see you.
Go to the Beverly Center. Go near where the Beverly Center is at.
Spider, where are you located? Like, which city do you live in?
Well, I'm from New York, but I live in Connecticut now. It's like a half hour away.
Okay. Terry says this man is real honest. Which one is Jonathan?
She talking about me, yeah.
Honest, yeah. They're offering their unique perspectives, whether we agree or disagree with them or not. That's cool.
But I
don't even care if people agree or disagree. This is the truth. This shit is a real. I'm a case study of a woman choosing the right dude that's black because my mama did it.
Well, my perspective.
And my mama give me game.
My perspective a little different from Jonathan's because I remember when I lived with my father for a short time. My dad, he was out here getting it. He got 5 different baby moms, but he took care of all his children. And I remember he sat me down. I was like 13, 14, and he had a chat with me. He's saying, yes, of course, you gotta find out a way to get the money, but you also have to think about the woman you're getting with, because what happens if something happens to you? Who's gonna hold it down? You have to get a woman who is doing good herself too. And my dad is not no little simp soft dude. Like, he's a man's man. And he had a lot of women. So he was like an alpha male, you could say. Very militant, clean guy, clean cut. And he showed off positive. He was a good role model for me.
Was he taking care of those women?
As far as taking care of the home, and yes, but every time those women were, they had their job or their career also. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to just want to take care of a woman when there's women who are out here. They're smart, they're beautiful, and they get money too. It's hard for me to just go for the easy pickings when I could get with a woman that, to be honest, like me getting with a woman that is doing is my level or a little bit below me. That kind of motivates me to want to get more bread. Believe it or not, that motivates a dude. I mean, so what am I supposed to tell myself? Oh, I don't make $20,000-$30,000 more than her a year, so let me not even be with her. That kind of sounds kind of foolish.
Can I ask you a question? So when you say it's hard to want to take care of a woman because they're smart, they're beautiful, they're also getting money, do you feel like those women that you are in competition with those women? That's why it's hard to want to take care of them. Also, like, do you think that you being from New York is also a factor? Because Northern culture is really, really different. I mean, like down south.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Down south, it's like men that they expect, like they are like, listen, no, I pay all the bills. Like, I'm in Maryland, and this is not, I mean, like, people are like, Maryland's not the South, but it's technically the South. My father has been with my mother for 34 years. Like, so right now I'm country. I'm super country.
No, but I hate when people say that. Just sidebar about Maryland. Maryland is the South. It is below the Mason-Dixon line.
I know.
Done. We're good.
No, people.
No, you're right. I know. People will argue you down.
It's not the South, but it's definitely the South.
It surely is not the North. So
I definitely identify as Southern and as like country. And the thing is, it's like we in that culture. Like I'm not from the North. Like in this culture, like yo, I want to be protected and provided for by a man. Like I grew up watching my dad like do backbreaking work so my mom didn't. I mean, my mom held jobs here and there. Like she was a foster mother on all this, that, and the third, but like teacher, substitute teacher here and there, but she never did most of the work. Like my father really just dedicated his life to taking care of my mother. And that's what, I mean, like I want that. Like I don't want a guy that's like, no, you just get your own. I mean, that's just that's just me and my upbringing. But like, I just think that whole North and South thing is a factor as well.
I think it's a little bit of a factor, but not as much as you maybe want to think. Yeah.
Oh, like, I don't disagree with Complex at all. Like I actually agree, say if there is something wrong with the dude and women need to step up, I agree, on that aspect. But me personally, I don't want the woman to make more money than me, because if she does, I get no respect. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be put in the box as like I can't do anything.
Yeah, I would.
Like me personally, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I'm not gonna argue. I'm just gonna slightly separate myself away from the situation.
What is making more money? Like define making more money, because are we like in the same tax bracket, but we don't exactly make the same amount of money? Because I feel like you're overstating. Like, oh, that nigga make $1,000 less than I do. He could choke.
I think Jonathan is actually referring to he wants to be in a different tax bracket as his wife.
Like, yes, because I want to be able. Because I want to be able to make sure that she knows that I'm always getting to the money. I'm always finding the deals. I'm always negotiating, closing the motherfuckers. I don't want her to think that I'm just some lazy ass nigga just mooching off of her, expect 50-50. Nah, if I can't pay the bill, then I shouldn't be with her. Period. Men should focus on themselves before getting into dating. Me personally, because I know too many dudes that value women and value coochie over dollar bill. So, if dudes want to be able to find that woman, I'm not knocking them. Matter of fact, all power to you, but that's just not me. But me personally.
Aren't you valuing the pussy if you're saying you have to make way more than her? You are adding that value to that box. If you're saying
no, I'm valuing myself. Because if I focus on getting to the money, I can be able to get to the connections that lead to more than just money. It's just something of more like a man of the universe type shit,
Are you using the money as leverage? As control?
Yeah, you can say, because I got good credit. I find a way how to get good credit. So,
Black man with credit.
Yes.
So yeah, you can say it's leverage, but I have some dignity for myself now. I ain't gonna just let the woman just spin on me, because hell, then I'm gonna feel devalued after a while. Cause I'm like, damn, she paid for $2,000 here, $1,000 there, $375 at Ruth Chris when I should have paid for the shit. Motherfucker paid for my Jordans, my Jordan collection, my jersey collection, my video game collection.
Yo, can I tell you? Yo, Muna K just said, Shira 7 says women have better orgasms when they're taken care of. I agree. I be hornier. Like if I have to stress about paying bills, like you probably not gonna get much from me, like in intimacy wise. Like if I'm taking care of, like I can be feminine. Like this is the thing. Like when a man takes care of a woman, she can be more feminine, more sexually available. Like it's a win-win.
Like, do you feel in a way like you're selling your soul a little bit? Like, oh, he's making that back. Oh, I got it. This is my job. I gotta please him. I don't
have to do anything but be black guy.
Even if you do pull out the bills, we don't have to, but it's a turn on. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a turn on. Like you want to. Like when a man is taking care of you, you feel secure enough to be vulnerable, to be in that vulnerable position, to be intimate with him.
Right, I ain't gotta be out here with 3-5 jobs trying to make ends
Exactly.
meet. You got that
Five,
taken
five
care of, baby.
jobs.
It's a
Yo, I went to
joke.
Jamaica.
It's a
As a college
joke.
Yeah.
student, no, as a college student, I know, like, Ray and I went to college. Ray and I, like, from the very beginning, we went to college. This girl held down like 3 jobs at once. I held down 3 jobs at once in college. Yes, and I wouldn't really. I mean, come on. Like, you think I was having a whole bunch of sex? No, I was working. Like, I wasn't.
Dry. Child, it was dry. Ooh, like when you're trying to no, you're trying to get good grades. Make sure you have enough money to feed yourself. That shit was dry. I have no space for you and your weak ass game right now. It's not fucking happening.
Like,
Like,
you're not adding
get
no
out of here.
in my life. Like, you're not making my life easier.
You're
Like,
not making my life easy. You're adding stress.
yeah, like I can't even get turned on because my life is so stressful and hard, and you're not making it easier. I can't get turned on with you. I can't.
Like, I think men should really focus on working on themselves, not getting mad at women, not yelling and arguing with women, not getting on panels and forums and blogs, yelling at women. We need
Okay, shade.
to get in the gym and focus on what we need.
I'll be right back.
Cause tell you the truth, I can get up on the panel and just get mad and just chew y'all out. But what benefit that does? Absolutely nothing. Ain't nothing was learned. I pretty much created new enemies.
Men have
we gotta navigate
for women they're not fucking. Like, that's my question to y'all. So, like, not you specifically, but it feels like a lot of men have lots of opinions about women they are not fucking, will never fuck, see, meet in this lifetime. Why do y'all think that is? Like, is it a jealousy thing? Is it just feeling like something?
Raised by the mama, I'm telling you. Raised by the mama.
Everybody is raised by their mama, dumbass. Shut up. Like,
by the mama.
Everybody's raised by their mama primarily. Like, moms are the caregivers.
Only your mama.
Dad show up for a cool day, take you out, throw catch at you, but you learn like most of your shit from your division of labor is mom takes care of the kids. So most people were raised by their mamas, even in a 2-parent household. So that's a bad argument. So why is it that men got so many?
No. It's the best argument because they started sounding like their mama after a while. I'm sorry. I be in panels with dudes and they be sounding like their mama after a while. I'm like, yeah, your mama got a spawn spirit on your ass. She done got up in your body, out of body experience, and just control this nigga. Because tell you the truth, I don't agree with men getting mad at women, period. I just think men should take their energy away, just separate themselves, and be like, okay, you think this way? Okay, let me find a woman that meets my criteria and fits my mold. You know, because dudes seem like they want to change women to think like them directly, and that's not. It's not
even think like them. But why do you have an opinion about Shorty in Chicago that you don't know on an OnlyFans? Who the fuck cares? Like, was that some pussy you were gonna get that you're not gonna get now? Like, I would like to understand why men have such strong opinions about women who are not their sister, mama, you know, their girlfriend, their bitch in any way, shape, or form. I don't get it. I don't have opinions about Carl in fucking Houston and what he does in his free time on his fucking Twitch. So why do y'all have all that? Not y'all specifically, to be clear, but men in general feel like they have a lot of opinions about women that are not a factor to them. Are not.
All right, let me put it like this. I have no. If a woman, if you want to do what you want to do for money, like, it is what it is. That's always gonna be around. Prostitution is one of the oldest jobs ever, right? So, but my thing is, I get offended if a woman inboxes me on, oh hey, add me, they add me or something. They be like, oh hey, you got Snapchat, add to my add my OnlyFans or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, do I look like a
dude?
Like
I got an OnlyFans and I got women subscribers.
You think I'm a chump?
That shit is some good money.
You think
you're
I'm a chump?
offended? Like, you're taking it personally. Like, oh, you think I'm some simp ass nigga?
Yeah, you think I'm about to pay for some toe pictures that you
brother
sent to 5,000 people?
Right. She's just advertising. I feel you, but it's not. Yeah.
Right.
It's a business because I do the same thing, dude. I got an OnlyFans.
Nah, I get it.
If you didn't got the early stage of what I was saying, motherfucker was an ex-dancer, and for one thing, I had good clients.
Oh no,
And
I
I
heard
want
that.
to
I
be
heard
able to
that. I
capture
heard
any
one. Yeah.
transaction possible because I don't know. I never struggle with women. You know, it's either I'm working out or making money. At the end of the day, I'm working out, making money. You know, gym, tan, laundry. You know, like Jersey Shore. You know, gym, tan, laundry. I got gym, money, credit. Gym, money, credit.
Nice.
But nonetheless, I think men should realize that it's a business proposition. Don't get offended. Just block her and just move on. Because
So
I got OnlyFans, and that's some good residual money right there.
nice. Shauna B in the chat says, "Girl, y'all need to come to Texas, get you a real man."
Yo, I want to say we did that whole north-south divide. I feel like, see, now I'm a lie though. I was gonna say I've dated guys from both, and I like both, but there is really something about men from the south in
It
general.
really, they will.
But no, but there is also something about a north nigga, like an up north type nigga. Like I really fuck with both. Let me shut up because I have nothing to say except that I like black men. I guess I don't know. Damn it.
I really like. I have definitely had the most successful relationships from men from the South, whether that be from the South of America or the global South. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but Maya, those are not interchangeable things.
I know they're not.
And the American South are not.
I know they're not. But even in the men, like my first long-term boyfriend was from Ecuador, right? Like he definitely was like, "Listen, I want to be with you. Like I'm taking care of you. Like I don't want you out here like that."
See, and as you know, mine was from El Salvador, and he wasn't like that. So let's not make these links.
Barefoot and pregnant.
Straight from, because my boyfriend at that time, my ex was straight from Ecuador. Like
no, my ex grew up in Bushwick in Brooklyn, so
it's different.
And
my most
successful relationships were with men who are from the north, like in America.
That's funny. I got a nigga from the BX race there.
Okay.
Like I just don't feel protected if a guy isn't really I don't know. Like I really kind of need. I'm a Pisces too. Like I really need that protector provider. I need something like stable like that, structured. Because I'm like super, just like woo, like la la land. Like I need someone that's like, no, this is some structure. This is something. This is a rock, right? I remember we was in Baltimore City once, like walking at night. In this car, just like skirted up real fast, and like people was jumping out. And this nigga was about to push me under a car. Like he was like, "I'm protecting you," because he didn't know if they were gonna pull out guns or. But it was just like having someone like that is kind of really. It makes you feel like you okay, like you can stay with this person, not like, oh shit, something happened to me, I don't got nobody to back me up.
Right.
That's when he gonna run. That's when he gonna run.
I don't really see that mutually exclusive. Like I have been felt very protected by all the men I've been with, but sometimes I've had a more like, like a 50-50 kind of in terms of if we're going out type of relationship with them versus it's on you kind of thing. And I think that's more a virtue of dating when I was young and we're both young. We both broke. So like, neither of us take care of each other kind of thing.
That's true.
But I feel where you're coming from. I'm also a water sign. I do like want and need to be protected. I think that I see it different as like, I want to be protected emotionally. I want to feel like you're not going to make me look stupid kind of thing. And I wish that I could look at it more strategically as like, do you have the funds? But it's always more of like, if we can enjoy the same things, go out and do the same things, and it's not a burden on you to, take the trip with me or go to dinner with me or whatever, then I'm good kind of thing. But I do agree that women being more strategic about the financial aspect of it, because facts, we make less on the dollar than men do as women, as Black women, doubly so. So it's important to think about these things, and anybody who tells you otherwise is fucking lying. It's hard for me to think about that when it's like before the point where I even like you, because once I like you, as I make all sorts of stupid excuses. So yeah.
Stupid excuses.
Yes, fam. Stupid excuses.
Definitely. And Black women in general really need to be more strategic.
Well, we're conditioned to do that though.
Yeah,
like we didn't like pop up wanting less. Like we're conditioned to do that more than other groups, I think.
Yeah. Terry says stress make you non-wet.
It makes you very not wet. Like I'm trying to think of when I was really stressed out, working all these jobs. Like I didn't have time for dick.
Las Vegas desert
prison. Here.
And then Muna said, real men will take you out of the market and spend their time plotting their plot just to get you and take care of you. I've had a man do that. Like,
did you like that?
I mean, yeah, it was really flattering. And I felt like, this is safe. Like, this was my first relationship where, like, he was just
safe space. Right. It's nice.
Like, taking care of everything. You good. Sit down. Like, just be here for me. Like,
well, but we can work on so many other things when, like, you know, the survival factor is taken out of the equation. Like, we can work on building together. I can work on doing the things I want to do. You can work on the things you want to do.
Woman, this is what I kind of want fighter to understand is that, like, if a woman isn't contributing financially, it doesn't mean she's not contributing, period. Like, women add a lot of value that isn't financial, you know, and I feel like a woman
can not even looked at as labor. The things women do to take care of a home or take care of your kids or all the women in your life that do like secretary shit for you and find jobs for you and say, hey, you should do this. Or I feel like I fall into that role a lot with men of being their little secretary. That's not a monetized thing. Like, that's a lot of women.
Now, I do agree that like myself, like if I ever have a wife and, you know, I do want to have children, I don't want her to have to work, you know, to the like say the baby's born and then months later, you know, we have to get a nanny and she's going to work. I don't want to have to do that. I want her to be able to stay home and, you know, take care of the kid, and I'll be taking the responsibility. You know, but eventually, you know, all right, baby, the kids are in middle school now. Like, you're just gonna stay home, like, I mean, so
yeah, I mean, so one thing
well, brother Complex, you're gonna have to give her some task. Like, say if you a homeowner at that time, you're gonna have to figure out how to refinance out that house tax free, get you a tax free loan, find you an apartment building.
Yes.
And she's gonna have to be able to either make the phone calls.
Yes.
Figure out who the lawyers in your area, who are the real estate agents in your area, and you're gonna do it like that. Because I agree.
Yes. Give her a business. Thank you,
Jonathan. I mean, if she wants it, like, she might want to be.
If she wants it, like, you gotta coach. You gotta see where her head is at when it comes to that.
Here's the thing, like, I would want my man to, instead of my man encouraging me to go out and work for another man 8 hours a day, I would want him to do the exact same thing that Jonathan's talking about. Either give me some rental properties to work with, either, you know, giving me a little online business, something like helping me set up a business so I can earn money as well. But I don't necessarily have to be working up under some other man all day. Or, I mean, because why would
a frame it as?
Because I agree with Complex. I agree with Complex. I totally agree with Complex. And, you know, Complex management skills, you know, he got to bank and believe in his management skills.
I like a woman. I like the mentality that a woman has. I love the mentality of, man, fuck a nigga. Like, I'm gonna make sure I'm good. Well, I won't be stuck in no situation. I like that little backbone mentality. I like a woman who is not just gonna cling on to me like, oh, I can't even leave this nigga because he taking care of me right now. Nah, I want you to be with me because you want to be with me. I mean, and no matter what, the joint I'm gonna pick, I mean, she gonna be a baddie anyway, so she could go get another nigga like that in the blink of an eye. So I just want to make sure, like, you have to be a catch too, like, because I don't mind scrubbing the toilet. I don't mind washing the bathtub too, like washing dishes. I mean, can I cook? Not really, but
could you learn? Yes, exactly.
I want to learn. I gotta learn to cook, but. And I understand, as a man, a man wants to take care of his woman. Naturally, a man wants to be in every sense of the word, not just financially. You know, if you go out in public, you don't want anyone disrespecting your woman. But I just feel like the way we're speaking on this, we're being kind of extreme.
It's like different strokes for everybody. You're not. There's nothing wrong with wanting a more, like, equal division of labor. We're like, no, I'm not slaving over stoves all day and cleaning every room in the house all day. Like, we split that shit up. And that's a great idea of you're saying, you don't want to, the kids are at school, here's something for you to do. But maybe I have an idea about something I want to do outside of you. But unlike mine, I don't mind working up under another man just to have a little sense of self outside of the home. So it's a different strokes for different folks type of situation kind of thing. I think it's going on.
Oh yeah, me personally, I don't like working for the white man. I hate going to work. Yeah, this is something
that's
that
the point I was talking about. Like, why I'm gonna use my labor to make some white man richer? Like, I want to start something for my family. Like, I would like to pass on businesses to my children. So, like, I would really appreciate.
Yeah, it's a legacy play. It's a legacy play because you can't take your job and give it to your kids. So
you take the money you make from a job to your kids. Like, it's not like a super one way or the other thing. Like, I think it's people want to have their own businesses and be very entrepreneurial, especially in terms of passing on something to your kids. But that's not the only way to pass things on to your kids. It's not their only value to offer to society. So
no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I really do think that a lot of Black people are not owners. We're not we're not business owners enough. So I mean, my vision would be that, like, hopefully I'll find someone. If I get married, like, hopefully we'll be on the same page of, like, okay, like,
I'm like team no marriage. Let's just put that out there.
I'm not gonna get married. I mean, if it happens for me, it's like, if it happens, it happens. But it's not really like a priority.
You would have to convince me. Like, marriage is great for people who have assets and a lot of money. Like, marriage for like the average middle class person, to me, unless you have kids, and which, like, if in case one of y'all passes away, that becomes an issue. But unless you are planning to have kids, marriage does not make a lot of sense to me unless you have assets, things you own together to divide. And that's just my very, very weird, perspective on it.
It says Caramel King said 50-50 love is a lie. It's a lie, Caramel King.
An example, really like many girls. I feel like a woman's
Melody. Wait, I want to see if Melody want to get on. Hold on, Melody, you want to get on? Somebody can get on. 2 more people, I think. Chefra says, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She cooked and kept the house, managed rental properties and farmland. She also started her own art business. Interesting. I mean, I think I'd like that, though. I think I'd like being in that position. I know not all women want to kind of be in that position. Some women are career women. I am not a career woman. Like, I'm kind of like
Brother Complex. You were saying something?
Oh, I was gonna say, women, their dream is, to find that guy, the knight shining armor, to take care of her and sweep her off her feet. And no, baby, like, don't dirty your nails. Like, I dirty my hands for you. Like, I mean, right. And the man's like fairy tale story is, I want a woman that's gonna want me for me. I mean, that's their fairy tale too. Like, an example, Gucci Mane. Yeah, do you guys know who Gucci Mane is?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, we know Gucci. Well, at least I know Gucci.
He got locked up. His shorty bad. I'm pretty sure. At a flick of a finger, she could get almost any guy she want. But she stayed down.
Oh yeah, she a sexy Caribbean Jamaican thing. Yeah, I give you credit.
And she like quadrupled his money or something like that when he came home from prison. So that's a turn on too. Like, that get us hard.
Yeah, that's a turn on too, because she a hustler. I'm not gonna lie, that make my joint hard right now. Leveraging and flipping my money.
Yeah,
leveraging and flipping my money and looking cute.
He immediately married her. He was like, wow, she's not gonna be she's not baggage. She actually helps me. She builds me up. This is not somebody that's just gonna be waiting on me to make a move. She's gonna be out here making moves too. So it's hard.
Don't you think, brothers, it takes him applying that to her?
It's hard not to admire that.
I admire that.
I can't lie on that one. I love that shit too. But brother, don't you also understand it takes management on the man's side to bring that out of a woman?
You got no.
Women are not necessarily programmed to be like that.
Programmed to be like that.
Women are not necessarily programmed to be like that. Like, a lot of women are consumer based, not investor based.
based
So I
on
agree with Complex on that wholeheartedly. That
what
shit
evidence
is
do you
a
have
turn
that
on.
women are not programmed to be invested based or whatever?
Well, I'm not saying it to be misogynist, but I'm just saying from the
I didn't
stat
call you
numbers,
misogynist,
consumer wise.
beloved. What stat
But
numbers? Like,
baby boo, baby girl, I agree with you, but I'm just gonna go by what the stats say. The stats say that women basically tend to spend more out of a 60-40 ratio when it comes to consumer goods. Now, with Complex was saying with Gucci Man and his woman, that takes a man to apply that into a woman to basically get on her about investing, because he was in a jail cell talking to her,
he was
calling
in
her,
the jail
telling her what to
cell
do this, do
giving her
that, and do
stock
this, that,
advice,
and the
and
third. That takes
she didn't
appliance.
have
That
no
takes
work ethic
management.
or nothing beyond, like, before that. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not a point of lack of work ethic. It's just
Or she
something
just
that
didn't know nothing about
if you're
that
not
and
taught
did.
that, you're not taught that. If you're not
And
taught
Gucci
that, you're
Man
not taught
was
that. It
taught
ain't the
that,
fault
but
of
she
you.
wasn't.
She's
You're
a
putting
hustler.
too
You
much.
see,
Yeah,
she's a
she's a hustler
go-getter
regardless.
winner.
She would have got it
She's a
without him regardless,
go-getter
right?
hustler winner, but it
It
takes a
helps that
man
she
to
had.
apply that.
It doesn't take a man to apply a black ass thing, as evidenced by all the women out earning men in the year of our Lord 2020. Don't do that. Come on.
So maybe my problem is, I don't know. Maybe my problem is that, like Jonathan said, right? I was raised by my mama, right? So my mom, like, immigrant. I'm first generation American. I'm Dominican. So my mom was an immigrant.
Yeah, my mother's Dominican too.
Okay, my mom was an immigrant, and I saw her literally start from the bottom, and I saw her, she could do it. And I told myself, listen, if my mom barely still knows any fucking English, been here like
Right.
damn near 30 years, but she
Definitely.
barely knows any English, but she made it. I'm like, yo, there's no excuse for me. Like,
Yeah, no,
there's no excuse for me.
Mhm.
So when I see that, I say, yo, a woman could bust her ass too. So I know that. Was I happy my mom had to go through all that? Not really. I wish it could have been a
Would you
little
want
bit
your
easier.
wife to have to go through all that?
Nah, not really. Not really. That's not
And
that's
kind
not
of
that's not the dream.
that's kind of like the premise of the whole argument that, women we really do. It's in our nature. It's like not even a choice really. Like we really do feel more comfortable being taken care of, because like what happened, like how your mom had to hustle her way from the bottom to something stable. Like honestly, no woman really wants to do that.
Well, don't do it. It's not a woman. Nobody wants to struggle, period. Like, nobody wants to be in a space where you're not sure about your next meal, but lots of women have to do it. And I don't think it should be shitted on. It builds resiliency. Do we need to idealize it? Does that need to be a part of our idea of love, that it needs to involve struggle and strife? Not at all. But we don't like act like there's not real value in the way, because that's how my mom was. Like, she really did it all on her own. No man helped her. And I think that's why I feel the way I do, in that it's really cool if you want to take care of me, but it's also fine if you don't, as long as you're giving me what I need in other ways, which y'all can't even do the basics of, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, like I get both perspectives. I appreciate that there are women who understand the fucking economics of it. All right. Like, niggas should be taking care of you. Big facts, right? Like, but at the same time, I didn't grow up having that as my example. So I'm okay with, like, to a degree, a reasonable degree, I'm okay with like us working on the same level, or us working to build that together, where we can get, we can buy a house and we can invest these assets together or whatever. I don't feel like either way is good or bad.
But I think, I agree. And I think Fighter brings up a really good point about upbringing. He's just like, I watched my mom do it. So he kind of wants a woman.
He kind of wants a woman that has gone through that a little bit, and maybe you're willing to take care of her and not have her struggle in that way, but you want that work ethic and resiliency and a partner. And that speaks to your upbringing, and that's neither good or bad. That's
Exactly. So like,
I agree. I agree.
I mean, upbringing and culture plays a huge role in the type of partners we pick. And like I said, like my father was a man's man, construction worker,
right.
hard working. And my mom was like really feminine, and like, she worked too. Like, she didn't produce most of the income. It was kind of like, I work here and there, but she was very much a nurturer. And I'm like, I'm influenced by that. Like, that's how I am too.
like an example, when I had that on my mom's side. So then when I did, in Dominican culture, they love sending kids when they're misbehaving. They love sending them to DR.
Yeah.
Right. So
Man.
I was just a bad kid in school when I was younger. And so then when I went to DR, right, my dad, he was similar, like he worked in he's like a train mechanic in coaling company, huge mine. So he made money, and he had to take care of all these kids with different women he had, of course, so he had money. But when I went to his home in Dominican Republic, that's when I met my stepmother, and she's a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and then my dad is bringing in that bag too. So when I see this, all the women I'm around, I'm like, damn, I'm around a lot of women who they getting it. So that kind of puts something in my head saying, yo, make sure the women you get, any lady you get with, she out here confident, and she's like, nigga, I don't really need you, but
I'll take
I
it.
want you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I agree.
that kind of turns me on. I mean, and I don't mind taking care of a woman if I have it, but I gotta see that, like, yo, like, I'm out here working too. I'm not just leeching off of you. I admire that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I
If
gotta
that
agree
makes
with
any sense.
Complex. Pretty much, he's saying that you got to pay your way. I agree with Complex. Am I right, Complex? Pay your way.
Not, I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be
It's
pay
like
your
The
showing
way,
you
woman have
have
to
but
pay
to
her
put in
way.
some
have
Cause
work.
to
But put in
stand
some
on your
work.
Complex,
own
yeah.
two before I
But
come in and swoop in Captain Save a
But
Hole. Like,
I don't see a lot of women. Maybe it's just because of my circle, but I really don't see a lot of women just like, like I'm not gonna do anything.
I don't know no women like that. So I
I'm
like
Not
y'all
to
to
do
retire
anything.
that.
so
I
it's
don't know a black ass
Barefoot and
woman like
pregnant.
that.
like I said, like
Barefoot and
Ray and
pregnant,
I
huh?
were working since we were very young children. Like I was
No.
12 when I started working. Like, and it's like, trust me, if I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get in a serious relationship with a guy unless he's taking care of me, because it's not gonna be worth my while because I can already work. I've been working since I was
I
12.
don't think this is a luxury like the average black woman can have, to just be like damsel in distress all day. Like every black woman I know has a work ethic, regardless of her, like her class or whatever, or how she grew up.
Right.
Like they're able to go out and get that bag by
It's
themselves.
true. I mean, we do it. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Like we out earn black men. And the
Yeah.
thing is, it's like, but do I want to be feminine? Yes. Like if a man could, this is my thing. Like I'm attracted to men who want to give me that choice of being feminine and being taken care of and being provided for. If he's not giving me that choice, I don't want him.
Right.
Because I can do it by myself. Like, why would I? I mean, I can do bad all by myself. I can get bags all by myself. Like, I don't need a man to also work. Like, why are you here? If you're not gonna take care of me, like, why are you here? I don't know.
See, I agree with Complex's point without even me even experiencing it. Because with my mom, she was a stay-at-home mom. Barefoot and pregnant, crank out these babies, and that's pretty much it. But with Complex, I salute the fact that he's a go-getter, he a winner, and he expects the women to be able to show the same type of work ethic and type of perseverance, perseverance and drive. Because I agree with Ray. There's black women out here getting it, regardless, expeditiously. So,
Okay, yeah. Pull it down. Take it back a notch.
Yeah.
come on, Ray.
Expeditiously.
Come on, Ray. I'm agreeing with your point, but nonetheless,
I'm sorry.
but nonetheless, it's to the point where it's your perspective, it's your point of view, it's what you see. Because a lot of people can two things can be right. Complex's situation is right, and my situation definitely right.
Definitely.
My mom, she didn't have the hard skills, but she had the soft skills where she knew what to go for by her family basically coaching her on what to go for. I don't know, maybe it's the Dominican, or I don't know, maybe it's the foreign immigrant of her, but still, motherfucker managed to find that dude, lock him in. And so far, they still rock and rolling.
Mm-hmm. And then
but women that want to be taken care of, I don't have a problem with that. But women that want to work, I don't have a problem with that neither.
Right.
Just
You're not sitting on stage.
I just can't have a Debo. I just can't somebody Debo me around the house saying that I pay out for the bills, nigga. What's up? I pay half the bills, nigga. I can't have a Debo just Deboing me around. Now
I feel like
that
you're
shit is
like
intolerable.
speaking on
I'll
a
take my ass home.
situation. What cougar wiped you up talking about nigga? This my house. This feels very
Nigga, it's my
personal.
house.
Yeah, that's funny.
I pay bills. I pay bills.
I pay bills here, Negro. What about it?
Around the house, I'm done.
Bills.
Yes, right?
Because no, but he has a good point. Like when women pay half the bills, like they feel arrogant. They like, no, this is my shit too. Like you're not gonna. And the thing is, like
most women who pay half the bills tiptoe around the amount.
She walking around the house like Suge Knight. She walking around the house like Suge Knight. Me mugging me.
Here's the thing.
Talking about what's up, cuz.
Right. Here's the thing. Men like submissive women. Like they like women who defer to them for leadership, for decision making. And you know what?
You don't have to make blanket statements about what men do and don't like.
I'm sorry, Ray, but
that's anecdotal evidence of life. That's not your empirical evidence.
It's
that
anecdotal because I agree with it.
I've seen
Universe. I agree with you, boo boo.
I know. I mean, I've just seen way too much proof and way too much people talking about, like way too many black men talking about submit, but you're not paying these bills. So it's like I can't submit because I'm equal to you.
So if they pay the bills, you can submit.
Yes, I can respect him enough to be like.
I'm sure there are a lot of men who like us. I mean, and there's a lot of men who don't though. Like
respect, like it's having us. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like a lot of the men that I've come across are like, I want a woman to submit. These black women don't submit. It's because these black women are working for themselves and they're not getting any help. Like it's like, why would they submit to someone who's not making their lives easier? Like if you're making my life easier, of course I'm gonna submit to you. Of course I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. Like I'll defer to you. Like you make these decisions. I trust you. I trust you because you've taken care of me and you care enough about me to do that. But if you're not taking care of me, I can't really like. So I really get Jonathan's point when he's like, I don't want somebody to debo me around the house because a lot of these women do get arrogant and they're like, yo, I pay half these bills. Like you ain't gonna tell me what to do. And men just. They don't like it. They always complain.
You pay all the bills. You're still not going to tell me what to do. So I don't know. I guess we gotta agree.
I mean, but
yeah, pay all the bills and you're never finna
like
order.
It's not about domineering and control.
That's a good point.
Like,
but
it's not about domineering and control. With me.
You know, at least you give them the feeling that they're dominant and that they're like.
I actively would do that. Giving the feeling of you feeling like you're in control.
I mean, I can do that.
Well, it's not about Well, at least with me personally, you know. With my girlfriends and exes, I don't have that domineering personality. But when I tell you to do something and it benefits to both of us, I expect you to at least take that shit into consideration and find a way how to at least implement the shit and get it done. Because me personally, I'm about management. I manage other people on a day-to-day. After I'm done with this call, I got 4 motherfuckers that I gotta talk right now. And my whole life is about at least figuring out the way, find the problem, identify it, and solve that shit. And do it at all costs. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to my relationship and managing, if I say that we should do this by this time and this date, I expect it to be done. It ain't necessarily controlling. I ain't calling her bees and hoes and shit, get it done. No. And a lot of these dudes on the internet is wackos any motherfucking way. I don't even know why you're watching these niggas. Half of these niggas is crazy.
Like DJ Kuda crazy.
Niggas crazy. Crazy. This shit don't make sense to other men. This shit don't make sense to other men.
I watch him.
Motherfucker, I saw one live stream. Nigga say you is my property. I ain't going that far. He says women is property. First he said cattle. Then he tried to pretty much try to wash it down and try to say property. I ain't on that type of shit. Now that's some weirdo shit.
Right. Jonathan.
That's pretty much you kiss my shoes and lick it. Nah, I don't need that.
Jonathan, someone has a question.
I'm scared of that. I'm a Gemini and I'm scared of that.
So you crazy. Got it. Wait, what spider complex is sign? I want to know. Maya's a Pisces. I'm a Cancer.
My sign, I'm a Libra.
Oh, another demon. Okay, I'm in here.
Lioness.
What?
I was being silly.
Yo, what?
I was being silly.
Come on, man.
Libras are. We don't really mess with air signs.
We don't really mess with air signs. We're water signs. We really don't fuck with air signs like that.
What? How we're so balanced, man. We're so
Yo, y'all are
balanced.
like mad superficial. Like it's
Super.
like
No,
hard to catch a
They
vibe
just
with a Libra
liars.
and a
They're
Gemini.
liars. They just liars. But Jonathan, someone has a question for you. Do you see it?
that's crazy.
That's funny. I'm Dr. Phil now. I'm taking questions. Okay, what's the question?
Do
Read it out.
you see it on the screen?
Okay. Jonathan, I've been with my man for 14 years. He hasn't married me. Is it because he think I'm not the one? I'm not necessarily sure, Shauna. I don't know his temperament. Is he aggressive? Is he laid back? 14 years and he
Talked
hasn't
about
married you.
marriage ever? Like maybe
14 years, that's a long time. I don't know.
I mean, by law,
Honestly,
I mean that you guys are married,
in some
basically.
states,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
I would
palimony, the
say, oh, if
palimony
you've never talked
situation.
about it, I don't know. Like you have to have at least had the conversation about it. I feel like if somebody
'Cause
knows
I don't necessarily know the
important
temperament.
to you to fucking get married, and after 14 years, it's never even been broached. It's not. It might not be that you're not the one. It's that that's not something they see for you or themselves, and you maybe got to let that go.
Like an
I
example,
agree because it's probably on him. It's
like I
definitely
said,
on him.
it could be a cultural thing too. Again, like an example in Dominican Republic, you don't have to have a wedding and sign paperwork. And if if that's the woman you go with, you're
Right.
considered like that's considered your wife. Like it's just a thing that you guys just, how can I say, it's something understood. You don't have to speak on it. It's like, yo, that's my woman. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have this family and we're gonna build this home and we're gonna own a business, and you don't have to sign paperwork in DR. It's
I
not like a system. I don't know. I don't know.
I understand that, but if Shauna, I would just go to Shira Seven's channel and just like listen to her about living men because there are a lot of benefits.
Jira is not the blueprint. I'm telling you. Like
I'm
I'm telling you, as a hypergamous
the person that
coach,
I
I
know.
will run circles.
I mean, that's why
I will run circles. I'll actually show my work.
Jonathan, but that's why she asked you the question. She sensed that you could run circles around that, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I answered. I did answer it. I said it's pretty much on him. It's not you.
You don't have thousands of.
If you really want that type of answer, you're gonna have to either say ring,
Yeah.
ring, ring. Can I get a ring?
Well,
I know that's what my mama did after
if you've
7
been
years.
having that conversation and nothing has happened, then you need to cut your losses because you're not on the same page. Either that marriage is not for him or it's not for him and you, and either way you need to go, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Somebody said, I like the way this Jonathan guy thinks. Damn it. Where were guys like this when I was a young whippersnapper? Ridiculous. It's funny. I didn't know I could even do this.
I didn't know you could do it either. Look at
Yeah.
you.
Showing comments. Interesting. Okay. Well, Ray has been telling me, look, we gotta wrap this up. So
wow, that's what we do.
Maybe I can get back on. Because we totally.
Y'all can stay on. I got it.
But the thing is, we've been on this live for 2 hours, and we totally just like got off topic. And
that off topic.
This could have just been another video, but it's okay.
Just change the title. I got time. If you got time.
Right.
I got time if you got time, Universe.
I mean, I'm gonna make another video, so I'll come back on.
Okay, girl.
I mean, yo, this was fun. I know
this was fun.
I know you coming back. I know we going, and you're gonna start your own channel.
Maybe not about this stuff, guys. This stuff gives me a headache, honestly. Like I talk my shit, but it's a lot.
But yeah, thank you for coming through, Complex and Jonathan.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you for offering some male perspectives that weren't like rude and calling us hoes and shit.
Yeah,
like,
of course not. I don't think, like I said, it's just nature. Men want to provide and women want to be taken care of in a way. So I feel like that's just natural.
Yeah, but I think you brought up some really good points about context, even though you didn't really use the words context or culture or upbringing. Like you brought up really good points about that and how I understand New York. I stayed in New York for a semester, and it's difficult. Like, you can't just be like, if a Southern Belle going to New York is just some hot mess.
Okay.
Like, it's
You're
like,
a Southern Belle now?
I'm not trying to call myself a Southern Belle, but because I'm not even
Southern
from
Belle.
Texas or nothing. But like, could you imagine one of these like dainty Southern women going to New York? Like, at least I came from like a middle state. That's like, I'm used to working, but
I can't believe that shit is considered the South. I found out DC is considered the South. I'm like, what the hell?
Maryland
It's debatable. A lot of people don't think DC.
So DC is comprised of all of Maryland land. Like,
I don't know. I guess California geography fucked me up because we got like 7 states in one in California. So everything looked like the South or the West or up north when you're in LA.
But I just think in different environments, like the South is slower. For example, Texas, like people make the same amount of money they would in New York, but their cost of living is so much lower. So of course men are just gonna be like, yeah, I got so much extra money. Of course I got you. You got men just like taking care of all these.
But look at the houses in Texas. Look at the houses in the South. Like, I saw some gorgeous looking Texas homes in Sugar Land, Houston, and Austin. Like the money stretches longer, you see, and when you have the money that can stretch longer and you get more bang for your buck, like here in California, niggas is gang banging in $500,000 homes. That's $500,000 homes, and niggas is still gang banging.
Don't make no sense.
So $500,000.
I appreciate you guys' point about like the differences, the regional differences, but I will say that the other Brooklyn nigga I dated definitely paid for all of our dates without me asking. He's definitely a gentleman, so I'm not gonna do Brooklyn niggas dirty, okay?
Brooklyn BK niggas. But back to what I was saying, the territory is definitely a factor. Like here in California, like you gotta really be, how can I say it? Like Lil Boosie say up there when it comes to actually getting something, because $3 million get you a house in the Pacific Palisades or get you something small in Beverly Hills. Get you something small for like $2 million. But other than that, it's up to the man per se to worry about the finances, I believe, because I think men should always carry a superior role when it comes to management. Because I don't know, man. Like the man got to understand leverage, because credit is definitely a key, and that's something that's been lacking all across the board. It's the importance of credit and getting and finding and just cleaning your credit up. God damn it! Like California's expensive as shit, But when it comes to women finding that right dude, they need to find them areas. They need to find the big ballers. They need to scout. They need to know how to scout and recruit.
I like this comment. Most beauty pageant winners and Jet Beauty of the Weeks come from Texas. Sunshine, melanin, and hot sauce.
I noticed that.
I love melanin and hot sauce.
Right. I like both of them. Like, what about it?
Melanin and hot sauce. That's funny. But because I don't know what the Maryland real estate market look like. I don't know if 400,000 can get you anywhere, but down south, $400,000, you get yourself a house that's 7,000 square feet with 4 and 5 bedrooms and shit. Here in California, that only gets you like a 1 bedroom, 1.5 bathroom at best. If you got money like that, your condo is pretty much gonna look better than your homes. But I don't know. Like women just need to focus on that right dude, and men need to focus on getting to the power. Period.
Okay, so my internet was like shot. I'm gonna have to like shut this down and come back. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. I mean, if you wanna, I'm gonna be here. It's gonna take about 10 minutes for me to come back with another live. If that's okay, like I'd like to talk to you guys some more about this topic, but I'll change the name of the video so it's more relevant. Okay.
All right, no problem.
I'll definitely be back.
Yeah. So Complex and Jonathan, I'll see you a little bit later. Just give me a couple minutes, okay?
All right.
See you. Bye, Ray.
Bye.
Thank you for coming, girl. See you. Thank you guys. Okay. Bye.